Olaide Awosedo. I'm the founder, the CEO of Gallant Women Ability Foundation. It's a movement to support physically challenged women living with disabilities and also to support children who are less privileged and the elderly ones. Persons with disability, the issues with persons with disability is not about Nigeria, it's more of a global thing. So there are laws, there are legislations to it, and there are policies. But Nigeria, as a country, have decided to ignore it. In 2018, March 23rd, there's a Disability Act that was put in place so that every every government building should be accessible and they should have acceptability. Do you understand? So there's a law for that, there's an act. So since then, a lot has not been done. Like I said, the banks are still there, the buildings are still there, and there's no provisions for such things to be amended. A lot of kids who are disabled don't go to school because they cannot meet up with their peers in school. Reasons being that, because they might be laughed at, they might be looked down upon, and there's no one to take them to that school. Even when they get to that school, they have to be carried into the classroom. Stigmatization. So there's this stigma there, and for how long is you'd have to wait for someone to carry you into your classroom all the time? And like I said, the incontinence, if they have to go to the restroom, how do they have to go? That means they have to pee on themselves. They have to do a lot of things, and these are personal hygiene, and it can be very, nasty at times. And when that thing comes, it reduces your self-confidence. It humanizes you as human beings. So these are the things, they'd rather just stay in their house. So kids don't go to school. Those who are kids who are physically, challenged don't go to school. The records are there, but they don't go to school. It's very difficult for them, and they just stay there. It affects kids a lot. They don't go to school. They're inside the house because there's no one to help them in and out. Even if the parents want to do it for them, it reduces poverty, it increases poverty. A parent that has a child that that's got special needs, I would say, it increases their level of poverty because they have to adapt to everything. They have to adapt the way the child feeds. They have to adapt the way the child walks in the house, the toilet. Everything has to be adapted. And these are money they need to do these things. So it increases. It's bad enough for a normal person to live. Do you understand? It's hard for them. Then how much more having a child with disability or probably a child with special needs? They have to buy things for that child. And so a family that is an average family that is managing, where will they get that extra fund for? So it's expensive for them. If I'm opportune to meet the governor or the president, I just tell them, we need a better life for people with disability. What are the better life? They need stipends, upkeep, a regular income. So when poverty, it reduces in one's life, it goes a long way. They need stipends to be able to do their day-to-day activities. They need easy access to health checkup because being physically challenged, it entails a lot of health issues where we can't be discussing it right now because they have a lot of things that they do, incontinence, they have a lot of mental health states, they have insecurity. So these things, they need a health check. And those who are physically challenged, because they're not, mobile, their blood pressure, they need to be checked regularly because they're not burning anything. So these are the things, we need better life. They need better life, they need easy access to things, and they need to integrate into the society to feel among. Integration is key, and they need a place to work like every other human being. They need to socialize. And how do we get this better life? I've mentioned them. We need to live as normal. The housing system, they should have allocations. Probably there's a building, there's an estate for about 250 houses. 10 should be allocated for persons with disability, maybe a bungalow, everything self-contained, one level. Everything government does, they'd have to put people with disability into consideration. And by then, things work. That means inclusion. They would have this kind of belonging to say that, oh yeah, governments, government really accepts us. Do you understand? Government has to accept the diversity for who they are, the uniqueness in them. They have to include them in their policies, and they have to, make them integrate in society to make them feel among.